Hello and welcome to another episode of DNA Sports Talk. This is Don, the D and DNA.
Hey, what's going on? This is Ace of the A DNA.
Where you bring the facts about sports.
Doing great.
Say so. How was your weekend, man?
Actually, it was not a bad weekend. I was in your neck of the woods for a day. Down in North Columbus. Not even Columbus. I was Palm Salmon Rec Center. Salmonade, I think.
Okay. All right.
I know.
I'm
And
like,
I ain't never been this part of Columbus before. They got the new Publix with the club in it and everything.
Nah, they got the club.
Well, they got the kind of club, you know what I mean? But
it ain't the same as the one in Buckhead. That's all I can say. They be dancing boots on the ground and everything, and now.
Oh man.
Oh boy. Yeah, I was down that way. Shout out to the folks. This past Saturday was 56 years together. So, slide down there, see them for a second,
Ain't nobody, neither one of them ever did a Mark Sanchez.
No. No, they did. Might have wanted to, but
I'm gonna get all this smoke forever.
All of it. All.
You get beat up by a man. You get beat up by a man half your age. I mean, half older. You know what I mean?
Oh man,
he getting it. He gonna get it forever.
He go.
That old school put him in the ICU.
Right. Until ICU. Guaranteed to be in ICU. Oh man. But watch the Alabama Vanderbilt game. And of course we'll get to that in college football. Somebody I'm sure will probably be on when we get to college football. Just they want to talk about the number 2 team in the nation right now. But I want to talk about their strength of schedule. But
hey, listen, man. I told you I've been on one the last 3 weeks. Everything I try to tell you the last 3 weeks. You be like, nah. So I try to tell you about Dart. I try to tell you about that Miami defense. It was something else I tried to tell you about, but these last 3 weeks I've been trying to tell you, and you don't want to listen.
I don't. And still don't. But let's start with Major League Baseball. Let's start with the American League. Both of the games went to a game 3, and Yankees end up winning it 2-1.
I think I told you that's the third. I told you about that too. Yankees. You wanted to go with Boston.
I went with Boston because during the regular season they had won 9-13, right?
Yeah.
And after game 1, it looked like it was going to be a sweep because Boone completely mismanaged that game. Yeah. I mean, they were calling for Boone's head after that game. I mean,
they ain't got long to wait. We'll get there, but they ain't got long to wait. You about like Sanchez in the ICU.
The ICU. But how do you mismanage that game, though? I mean, you pull them after 102 pitches, basically on the dot of 100 pitches. But, I mean,
this ain't Boone's first rodeo and screwing stuff up. Like, you thought I was going to say, you know what I mean? Listen, the only thing saving Boone is the old man is not the manager. If the old man was...
Papa Steinbrenner.
If Stein was still the owner, Boone would have been gone.
Oh, he would have been gone.
He might have been gone, brought back, but gone again. But he definitely would have been gone after the dismantling that the Dodgers did to them in the World Series. So,
yeah.
And I feel like there were some times probably before they even made that World Series run that the Pops old Steinbrenner would have let him go. So, but he's a Yankee, has worn the pinstripes, won some World Series when he went playing and whatnot. So that's giving him a little extra long leeway. And I also believe at this day and time, the way I don't too much care for it, but it is what it is. The wild cards and all that kind of stuff. I don't think the Yankees have totally adjusted to it. Um,
Uh, I won't say it's not adjusted to it. I will say that they think that the pinstripes mean more than what they do. Is my take on it. I think it's a situation where you come in and it's like we're the Yankees. You know,
mhm.
you're supposed to be afraid. You know, we have one of the best hitting lineups in the American League. You know, you're supposed to be afraid. You had Freed, who really has been hit and miss in the postseason, right? But he was dealing, and we're going, and before we get to what happened to ALCS, but
Yeah,
he was willing and dealing at this ALDS, excuse me. He was willing and dealing at this point. No runs, just seemed to have a master over the pitches he was throwing. And immediately after he gets pulled, you give up the 3 runs to lose the game. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? Like a manager has to have that feel
you
of
got you got to have that inner, like, you know what?
yeah,
Let this guy, as the young people say, let this guy cook.
let
Let
him
him
cook, right?
cook. And so, and then
Had he, let
sometimes,
me say this real quick. Let me say
yeah,
this real quick. Had it been a situation where the Red Sox had like 10 hits, but he was getting a double play and getting out of the inning,
he was
if they were
scattering
touching
stuff
him up,
around. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
long
yeah,
fly outs,
yeah,
to the
yeah, yeah.
warning track, okay, I get it.
They wasn't
But
seeing. They wasn't
he
seeing.
had a gym going. He
Yeah,
had
they.
a
Yeah.
gym going.
I don't. And you don't see these kind. I was gonna say you don't see these kind of pictures anymore. Or if you do see them, you rarely do you see them. That they push back. They'll tell the skipper, "Nah, I'm not coming
I
out."
ain't coming out.
But you rarely see that because I think now they normally you're happy if a pitcher goes 6 1/3. You're overly joyed if one goes 7. And in the most recent in the most recent history, there's teams. First comes to mind is Kansas City. They were like, "Listen, we're gonna win this thing by committee. Our starter's gonna go 5, and then we gonna go lefty, righty, just depend or vice versa, depending
Whatever
on
the case.
who we playing or whatever." So, um, I that the dominant pitcher who goes in and gives you 8 innings is a rarity now. You got one in Pittsburgh, let's see if he can force his way out. But outside of that, it outside of that, it is um upon the manager to know and to understand and to have a feel and to take a risk and to say, hey, this is the playoffs. Yeah, I normally might do this during the regular season, but I'm gonna let him go an extra 2 hitters.
He had 4 hits up until that point.
Yeah, yeah.
6 strikeouts, 4 hits, and a shutout going.
Hmm.
Like you say, let him see what happens. You
Yeah,
had a 1-0 lead. That might have been all you needed.
yeah.
The way he was pitching, that might have been all you needed that night. But for
Because
whatever reason,
sometimes when you pull a guy too, the other team is like, oh, what a relief.
right?
Because we know he wasn't getting to him. Let's
Hey,
see what we
immediately.
you energize the other
Immediately.
teams. Yeah,
Immediately after he pulled, they scored 2 runs.
yeah, you energize the other teams sometimes when you pull a guy. So
And and
you want them to earn it.
and what does that do to the pitcher's psyche at this point, which we'll get into when we talk about what
Actually,
happened in the
actually, in this
ALDS.
case, it kind of messes your rotation up for the next series, which is, I believe, what's happening to them now against the Blue Jays. They went into that series without being set, where they could have been set coming out of the Boston series.
So they bounced back in game 2, close one, 4-3, and then they took care of Boston 4-0 in game 3. I didn't see that happening. He he would have been fired if they lose game 2. I think he gets fired.
Oh yeah,
because of the way he mismanaged game one.
That's your arch rival too.
Arch rival, correct.
You lose to them in the playoffs, you get swept, and like you said, and you add in the mismanagement of game one or whatever. Oh yeah, yes. It's a revolt going on in the boroughs.
But they were able to score. What was it? Bottom of the eighth, and they won it because it was 3-3. Bottom of the eighth. Yeah, they went up 4-3 to hang on. Thanks to your boy that couldn't hit a home run in the home run derby. Chisholm.
He got one in the home run. He got one. I think it barely went up.
Hey, but the high school guy hit 7 in the same part.
Dead center.
Dead center, right? Dead center.
He wasn't even pulling. He was hitting it to the deepest part of the park.
Hey, look, the one that had 7 came in second. The one who won was it 8 or 9?
Yeah. They were hitting them things dead center.
Dead center. So, yeah, if they don't win and pull that out in the 8th and force a game 3,
yeah. But I still think he just, we'll get to the ALDS, but I think he just staved off the inevitable because they're down 2-0 to the Blue Jays. So
yeah. The other wild card series, Detroit won that one 2-1. Great game 1. Detroit ended up winning 2-1, and Cleveland came back 6-1.
I thought Detroit was going to lose that series.
It was close.
The way they stumbled into the playoffs, right? It wasn't. It was like they had a 15 game lead, and they basically gave it all away in the last month and a half. And so to then come off and lose that game 1, it just felt like they're going to end the season with a tremendous stud.
Yeah. They pulled it out, and then the third game, what did they win? That was 6-3. Yeah, 6-3.
Yeah, they seem to get their rhythm back by the third game. Yeah,
in that one, which allowed, as you mentioned, for the waiting Toronto Blue Jays, waiting on the Yankees to come in. Took game 1. It wasn't close at all. 10-1.
Yeah,
a complete massacre. Excuse me, of the Yankees in that game.
I did the same in game 2.
Yeah, I mean, they did score some runs later, but it was over at that point. What was it, 10-6?
Well, no, I'm talking about the
Blue Jays. 13-7. 13-7. They won by 6. That's what it was.
Yeah. But I saying the Blue Jays did the same thing in game 2. Jumped on them early.
Yeah, Yankees scored, if you want to say a late touchdown, but it was too little too late. And this is my point here. Free looked terrible in that game, this game 2, because you had already taken his confidence in game 1 of the wild card. And that was hard to get back. And then, of course, all the Braves fans on social media were like, that's the Max Fried we know in the postseason. but forgetting what he had done in game 1 of the wild card. But you can't pull somebody who's got some of their best stuff going that day. And when you look at certain pitchers, I don't know if emotional is the best word. Well, I'll say momentum. Emotional momentum is a key for them. When they're feeling good, whatever they had for breakfast or lunch, their nap, whatever their routine is, they can kind of tell how the day is going to go after the first inning or 2. And he had settled into a groove. That was all gone out the door by the time you got to game 2 in the ALDS. And now it's going to take a lot for him to gain the confidence back in his own pitching at this point, which means down 2-0, will we see him by a game 4 or 5?
Yeah, you will. They'll see it. I don't see the Toronto Blue Jays sweeping the Yankees, but I see them winning the series, though.
What you got the series in there?
Probably going 6.
Okay. Who wins game 3?
I'm gonna have to say New York. If they don't, they will get swept. So I'm gonna have to say.
this is a 5-game series.
All right, it does go 2. It goes 3, 5, and 7.
It goes 2-2-1. I mean, as far as the ALDS,
yeah,
2-2-1.
Well, no, listen. Well, I mean, they got to win anyway. Whether it was a 7-game or a 5-game series, the Yankees got to win Game 3. So, I still got them winning Game 3 at home. They'll put up.
Does it go back to Toronto? Do you have to take your passport for Game 5? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Oh, you got the Yankees winning both games at home.
Mm-hmm. So how
confident are you in
my mind, I thought it was a 7-game series. I had them in 6, but now it's a 5-game series. I got the Toronto winning in 5. They'll go to full 5. They have to go back home to finish it off. And how confident I am? 79%, 80%.
That's pretty high.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's over in 5.
So you going to full tilt too?
I take that back. It's 4. I'm replaying the first 2 games. The big jump out in Game 1, as well as Game 2. Maybe the bats coming together. What did they have? A 4 or 5 run inning late to make it look respectable. That carries over into being at home in Game 3. And I don't see Toronto jumping out to a, insurmountable lead.
Yeah.
But I think by Game 4, Toronto is flying back home without having to worry about a Game 5.
Okay. Now, other than this last World Series that the Yankees made, Aaron Judge has not shown up in the postseason, and so I can see that happening again. Him not having a very good series again.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't get anybody on, I can pitch to you, or I can kind of pitch around you. So as much as we want to sometimes put it on Judge, if the guys ahead of him don't get on, you don't put any pressure on the pitcher. Yeah. The pressure on the pitcher when pitching the Judge is when you got somebody on.
Right.
I love to pitch to him when the bases are empty. If I make a mistake, it's a run. That's it.
One and done.
Yeah.
Okay. The other ALDS is Detroit and Seattle. Seattle was sitting there waiting at home for Detroit to come in, and Detroit came in. Great. Talk about a long game. Went 11 innings. Detroit scored in the top of the 11 to take the game 3-2, but then Seattle bounced back the following night and won 3-2. So that series is tied 1-1. Going back to the D, who you like?
Man, it's been I can't take the last time Seattle been to an ALCS, because I know they've never been to a World Series. No. So I can't tell you the last time they've been to an ALCS. But I like Detroit. I like their pitching staff. Obviously, I like Carl Lee, the reigning, probably going to be the AL MVP.
And Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah. But I think Detroit, based on what Detroit did last year and this year, I think Detroit will get over this hump and make it to the American League Championship.
The fact that they limped in and then played a division foe in Cleveland and beat them
and got right.
They got okay.
Yeah. I mean, baseball is, we always say baseball is a marathon, not a sprint. And it's when you when do you kind of go into that? I don't want to call it a slump, but when does the numbers kind of even out for a little bit, you know? And so for them to have a 15 game lead and like I said, the last month and a half play 500 or a little bit below 500 baseball and allow everybody to catch up to them, I think it's more the law of averages than them just being, you know, a team that was going to possibly choke. And then you had the opportunity of playing. I think if they play anybody else other than Cleveland, I think they do lose the wild card. I think because it was a divisional foe that you see all the time, you kind of know what's coming and got the answers to the test, and it's just going out there and performing. So I'll go Detroit in this series.
I'm gonna go Detroit in this series. I think it was key for them to quote unquote steal game one and bring it back to Detroit for a couple reasons. I think it still goes 5, but I don't think they have a problem going back to Seattle and winning game 5. They could take care of it at home tomorrow and Wednesday evening or midday. I think they might have the mid-afternoon games, but they could take care of home. But I don't see Seattle laying down. They've played too well all season not to.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take Detroit in 5 in this one.
Okay. I'll go with you on that.
Okay. On to the National League. Ah, boy. You talking about scared? I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous because I was not sure about game 3. The Cubs, of course, took game 1, 3-1. I was like, all right, we good. Then game 2 came around, that was 3-0. That scared me because I'm like, where did all the bats go? Of all times, this is not the time. Had San Diego won, I don't know, 4-3 or something like that, I'd have been like, okay. But to not score at all at home, because all 3 games are at the home team's field, that scared me. Then going up 3-0, coming to the 9th, I was like, okay. Then they score a run, and then you got runners on first and second. And I'm like, this cannot be happening. Like, hey, we should at least be able to get out a wild card. And thankfully, Cubs did, again, winning 3-1. Then traveling to Milwaukee for game 1. It was a situation where there was, I think, a sigh of relief getting out of the wild card and then not being ready. I will say they were not ready for Milwaukee in game 1. 9-3 Milwaukee took that. Plus, it's a situation where you're playing your rival.
And Milwaukee's had your number this year.
Huh?
Milwaukee's had your number this year, similar to what Boston kind of had the Yankees.
With the Yankees,
correct. During the regular season. And Milwaukee got y'all skipper. I think that's probably.
We got Milwaukee skipper.
Milwaukee, yeah. And so.
We're going to get one game. I don't know which game we're going to get, but we're going to get one. I do not see a sweep. We're going to get one. I thought it was kind of ironic that we played on a Saturday, but you skip Monday and now you skip Sunday and then we're playing tonight when we're still in Milwaukee. I don't know how that schedule came about. Usually, at least you play 2 games in the same park back to back. Days before you have a break and then go to the visiting team's park to play the other 2 games. But we're gonna get one. That much I know. I'm a firm believer. I'll bet your money and my money on that.
No, I don't see Milwaukee. Yeah, I don't see Milwaukee. I don't see Milwaukee sweeping you all. I just think overall Milwaukee's the better team this year. And again, also, if not this year, when? So, like how you let them go last year, this is the year that.
It's your last time
Yeah,
riding the
and I'm
ride.
done with San Diego too. San Diego is the LA
That's
Clippers
it.
of the Major League Baseball. I'm done with them too. So,
How do you have a roster of Tatis, them,
yeah,
and Machado, and you're only managing a total of what was it, 5 runs
yeah,
throughout the whole series? Yeah, 5 runs in 3 games.
yeah. So I'm done with San Diego, the Padres, and then is this year for Milwaukee to get to an NLCS and or the World Series, or you know, no more riding that bandwagon either. Even though
Yeah.
I think their ceiling is the NLCS because I don't think they're better than the Dodgers or Phillies, either or.
Yeah.
Um, they've had a dominant season to the point where if not making the NLCS would be a disappointment.
Okay. I won't give my prediction. I'll just say we win one. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I guess the real prediction is who you got in the Phillies.
Woo, Phillies and Dodgers.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Dodgers. When you can put out your best hitter on your team,
and your best
he
pitcher
can throw 6 innings,
at the same
and,
time.
lets you set up your rotation.
Mhm.
Come on.
Yeah. I mean, they got the ultimate Swiss knife
Exactly.
in the show, and so um,
I mean, who can say, "Hey, let's take our home run hitter, our best, hitter on the team, and he can go 6 innings and what was it, 8 or 9 strikeouts? Like it just wasn't ground outs and pop
yeah, no,
flies.
he's setting guys down.
He's sitting guys down, right?
Right now, they're in a. Speaking of, they're in a must do or die. They top of the 6-0-0. So
Mm, okay. Now I don't think Philly gets swept. Uh, I will. Philly has played too well this season. I can see this going 5. I do. But I got the Dodgers in 5 though. I think it comes back to LA for a game 5.
mhm.
Regardless of who pulls out, who wins it tonight, it goes 5, I believe.
I'm with you. I'm going Dodgers. However, I'm going the Dodgers making it to the NLCS.
The NLCS.
Dodgers, Milwaukee in the NLCS, and Toronto, Detroit in the ALCS.
That's what I got. That's what I got. Unfortunately, the Rangers, they mutually agreed to part ways. Uh, with your guy.
With Washington.
What's his? I just lost his name now.
Oh my bad,
Said Washington, and that threw
Washington,
me off.
Washington is in the Halos.
Angels.
Ain't well, yeah, but they the Halos, you know.
Not now, I'm completely thrown off now.
They nicknamed the Halos.
Bruce Bochy.
Okay, Bochy. Okay.
Yeah. Do you think he goes? Do you think he goes to the
Braves?
Giants?
Oh, the Giants? You don't think he go to the Braves?
I think it might be the Giants because in Buster Posey, the GM of the Giants, which he was the catcher under Bruce Bochy, those years they won. You remember every other year when they won
Every
the
other
World
year
Series?
they were going on odd years.
Right.
I don't know. Well, the Braves are out here looking for a skipper as well.
Correct.
since
Snick.
Snick is going to the upper booth as far as with upper management as far as being an advisor and all that kind of stuff. Um, and my thing was more with the Braves. Like I feel like they need to get younger and think outside the box. Um, so really, Bochy wouldn't fit that. He's
Wouldn't
not
fit that.
he's not a younger. He wouldn't be a younger manager. He'd be still kind of an older manager. Um, so if there's connections with him with the Giants, then I can see him going there. All these
Yeah,
things wind up with connections, right? Have you ever been
correct.
through the farm system, and have you played there or managed there under somebody else and went on and kind of cut your teeth, and now can you come back? So
Isn't that like any other job?
yeah,
If
yeah,
you work with somebody and they go somewhere and they know that you all work together or good business relationship,
mhm,
as soon as there's an opening or they get settled, it's like, hey, it's a position over here if you want
yeah,
it.
yeah,
The same thing I see with Posey bringing Bochy in. Now,
mhm.
to your point, unless you just want to change, unless you want to go somewhere that you have no ties, that would be Atlanta. I don't think there are any ties to anyone in the organization for the
I just
Braves.
think, but he's not. He's how old is Boshi? I think Atlanta needs to make.
70, I want to
Yeah,
say 70.
I think Atlanta needs to go to a complete younger skipper. I think that's who would reach the guys that they have and who they might be able to reach, coming out of the farm system. I don't think um
Yeah, he's 70.
yeah, he's not what I think Atlanta needs. So I'm not saying he wouldn't be good. I just don't think he would be what Atlanta needs.
Yeah, the Rangers have already gotten their guy. They gave Skip Shoemaker a 4-year deal. Excuse me. He was former Marlins manager.
Okay.
So yeah, he'll be taking over for the Rangers at this point. But yeah, but back to the Braves. Uh, by younger, are we talking at least 50, or you more than like late 30s?
I want late 30s
Okay,
at 40. I want like what Chicago, what y'all did
the council.
with Council, yeah.
But congratulations to Snick on a great career, though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Been
50 years in the organization.
in the dugout for most of that.
Yeah.
Been involved
Like
in
you said, minor leagues, and then they brought him up because he had worked with so many of the younger guys in the minors that it made sense that he had built a rapport and relationship with them, and then brought him up to the majors. But he finished with 811 wins, 6 National League East titles, 7 times to the postseason, and of course a World Series championship and a Manager of the Year.
Yeah.
On his resume.
He did what Cox did.
He did as much as Cox, right?
And they won for one.
Right. The bad part is Cox went several times and only got one.
Yeah, but I mean he did a mini streak like Cox did as far as winning 6, 7 NL East in a row. And like I said, then had that one year where he had 100 plus wins and got put out early, and then the following year had 85 wins and won the World Series. So the this extended playoff hurt the Braves and helped the Braves all within a 2-year, all within a 24 months period.
Yeah. So congratulations, Snit. Enjoy your quote unquote retirement. I mean, yeah, thoroughly earned it. Let's stay in the postseason talk. Let's go to WNBA. Let's go to the WNBA finals. Aces got a little bit of a scare in game 1. That was a little close for conference. Yeah,
89, 86, yeah.
real close. I mean, that was Friday night. They had the stage to themselves, and it was good to see because it was such a great game. The back and forth throughout the game. Mercury had the lead most of the game until the final few minutes, and the Alyssa Thomas versus Asia Wilson matchup was everything you could ask for. It just Thomas unfortunately missed 2 free throws that would have put them up one, and after that, that was pretty much it. Injuries on both sides. Wickham went out, but she came back in for the Mercury. And then you had the point guard, Gray, twist that ankle again, but still able to manage to come back. And that set up a good matchup yesterday, which the Aces won that one. They put foot on neck on that one though. They didn't they didn't play around in that one. That was 91-78. It's a 7-game series, so they're going to the desert. Phoenix
Aces.
bounces back and wins how many?
Aces in 6.
Okay. Aces in 6. I'll go with that. I think the way that they are playing team ball, because you had Asia have what 30 something in the first game, but it was Evans that came off the bench that had 21 points, right? And then had 21 points in the third in a quarter. Why am I drawing a blank now? I know. Just keep living. Jackie Young had 21 in the third, and what was it? 32 for the game, right? So they're getting key contributions from other players besides just Asia. Now, Asia's, you can pencil hers in, right? But it is everyone else that's contributing around her that was allowing the Aces to be up 2-0. But again, taking nothing away from how well the Mercury have played. Yeah, it won't be a sweep. I don't even see it in 5, but I agree. It's in 6.
Yeah.
If the 4-time MVP has 3 championships in 4 years and 2 of them back to back, where do we start talking about her in the GOAT conversation? I know it's a little early. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. Whoa. What are we looking at?
So the way we did those Connecticut players, we also included their college career that bled into their WNBA career. So we got to do the same with Asia. Her dominant college career. She won a chip. She won a chip. She didn't win multiple. She won one. She helped start that foundation that Dawn Staley now has going on. I think, and I think this year, especially the way they did it, or may do it,
right?
May do it is not going to count Phoenix out quite yet, but them, kind of really starting this year off so slow and so far in the hole, and then to basically go on a 30-game win streak, basically. I mean,
they had injuries. They had injuries.
I say it tongue in cheek, but they won like 22 in a row. 23. They won like 25 out of 30 at one point. They won like 22 straight. You know what I mean? So to go on like a 30-game win streak right before All-Star break and then through the end of the season, to do that and then maybe wind up winning a championship, I think that even counts even more. So as far as to your point, as far as how you want to start rating her, and she was the catalyst all the way through it, right?
Yes, averaging 30 basically.
Yeah. So yeah, it puts her right up there as far as
I would have to
And
start.
don't put her over. Who's the young lady that's Who's the young lady
You
that's
got Diana Taurasi.
no
Cheryl Swoops. I think.
yeah, the old school. I'm talking about new school right now. Not new school, but like right now, who's about to walk away, who's to play here in Georgia and went to Connecticut. And then she winded up
Maya Moore.
is it Maya Moore? No, not Maya Moore. I put Maya Moore with all of, I'm talking about who's kind of right now, you could say in the same the pre-class before Asia Wilson. Oh, what is her name? She played high school ball here in Georgia. Oh goodness.
Who you talking about? Play ball here.
She her hand looking like Russell with the high school championships, then the 4 years straight of Connecticut, and then she won like 3 straight here in the WNBA. Did you say Brianna Moore?
No, I said Maya Moore.
Not Maya. What's her name? Oh my goodness. I'm about as bad as you.
Don't get old. Maya Moore played here in Georgia. She played with the Lynx. She won 4 chips with the Lynx.
And she played at Connecticut, right?
Yeah.
Then that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So I don't think Asia's above her.
Okay.
On this discussion. She's can be named in it, but I don't think she's above her. Like Asia got to win 2 or 3 more in the WNBA because she lacks the dominance in the collegiate with rings. She'll have to win 3 or 4 more here with the Aces, 2 or 3 more with the Aces before we can have a discussion if she can take on start looking at Maya. But there's nothing wrong with being in the discussion. Nothing wrong with being number 2.
Oh, yeah.
In the GOAT talk. Some people get mad when
people get mad at that. They don't want to be number 2.
Some people get mad when they number 2.
Second.
Number 2 in the GOAT talk. Ain't nothing wrong with being number 2. If you in the GOAT talk, I don't care if you 5. If you in the GOAT talk, you know what I mean? Hold your head up high.
I don't like that. No, I think that and again, this is a precursor. We'll see what eventually happens. Who knows? Mercury could pull this thing out, and I don't put anything past the Mercury.
No, I'm saying that's why I say we got to see this play out before we
got to see this play
now.
out.
If Aces can win this, and based on how they won it this year, and it's back to back, and like I said, with Asia then being the catalyst all the way through, and having a defensive and offensive MVP, you got to start. Saying, hey, this is one of the greatest seasons in WNBA have we seen in a long time.
I do think that I will say she needs 4 titles. She's got at least match Cheryl Swoops. She's got to match Maya Moore, though. She's got to have as many.
Yeah.
To be over those. She's in the conversation. She'll be talked about, but for people to say she's better or she is the GOAT over those, she's got to have at least as many titles as they both have had at 4. And you think about Maya Moore, how long did she play? 8 years, 8 seasons? Because she wanted to, go into the civil justice realm of her life and, pursue other things. 4 titles in 8 years, and I think it's 8. That just shows you how dominant you were. But we'll see. The biggest news that came out of the WNBA was the Fisher Collier putting on blast
Ether,
right? Boy, that was Takeover. That was Ether. That was No Vaseline. I mean, what's the rest of the diss track?
What when it was LL ended old boy's career? Kumo D. Uh,
So, first of all, the fact that all of the players supported Nafisha Collier tells you something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Commissioners are usually not liked, right? There's very few commissioners that people that there's a because it's always players versus quote unquote management, right?
Commissioners
So
are the HR of any business.
right, yes. So
If you know about HR, HR is not
you
there.
don't like HR, right?
HR is not there for you.
Right.
HR is to make sure the company doesn't get sued.
Yeah.
HR is to make sure they make sure you in a. They should make sure that you are in a workable environment,
Compliance.
safe environment that's compliant to whatever
Yeah.
the laws are. But their overall objective is to make sure the company is taken care of, and
Right.
and if anything comes on, they can minimize the company's exposure.
Yeah. So most commissioners are not loved, right? I would venture to say most of them are tolerated. But
Mhm.
this was strong statements that you can tell she's been holding on for a long time. I was talking to somebody. I said, this is the equivalent, what she did was the equivalent of a Steph Curry reading a 4-minute dissertation about how bad Adam Silver is.
Mm-hmm.
That was the equivalent of what just took place. It wasn't someone who is a sixth person on a bench. It wasn't somebody that's just a star, not even an all-star.
It's one of your stars.
One of your biggest stars. Like, again, this was Steph Curry going against Adam Silver type. And I think the most damning part was the fact that she had the quotes of she was strategic with it, right? She knows that Caitlin Clark is a hot topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did she do? She mentions how Kathy said that basically the WNBA, that CC needed the WNBA as opposed to the other way around. That she should be glad that she's in the WNBA. And for her to respond with, of course, she gave the political correct answers. I respect her. We're focusing on a bright future. I'm disheartened. Okay. But then you go into the finals and you speak and you talk about how it affected you and your children and everything. It's like, but did she lie though? That's what everybody wanted to see. Did she lie? Instead of saying, but she said, oh, there were some things taken out of context or mischaracterized, I think was her words that she used. You could have went and said, hey, she lied about this.
Well,
if you wanted to stand, you got to stand on it. You
can't say she lied. She can't say you lied if the other party has the proof to push back. So what you got to do in that situation is, you got to go in there. You got to stand on some of your comments, but you also got to go in there prepared to be like, I'm gonna stand on these comments, but I'm also going to tell you why I said what I said. And if the people believe you, if the people believe you, they believe you. They don't believe you, they don't believe you. But to kind of plead the fifth is worse than not saying nothing at all. I mean, to plead the fifth is worse than saying the wrong thing. You know what I mean? I'd rather you say the wrong thing than to plead the fifth, because then now you allow the general public and everybody else to come up with their own assumptions. So
she should have said that was taken out of context. What I said was she should be glad that she's in the WNBA now because of
everybody
this
should
this.
Be like everybody should be able to
everybody should want it right
to want to be in the WNBA. Or listen, we want to throw people under the bus. Be like, listen, you rather play for the WNBA or do you rather wind up like BG and in jail? Now, again, we all would have known that was some BS, right?
Right.
But
Right.
You push back and don't sit there and
Right.
get punished or whatever. Um,
And
so
then the other thing too was you could tell this wasn't a knee-jerk reaction by Nafisha Collier, right?
yeah, she thought this out.
She thought this out. She You could tell she thought about the words that she was going to choose again by bringing up CC. That was a big point. And by saying this is not about wins and losses, I've gone to her several times and talked about the officiating. Other players have said this about the officiating. Other coaches. So you're starting to get everyone on your side by doing that. And then for Kathy to come back before the finals and say, we're going to have a new committee to address players' concerns. Well, where was this statement early in the year?
See, if I was the commissioner, I would have put this back on the players. I'd be like, listen, you want the refs to kind of call the game a lot tighter and a lot closer. Then y'all the reason why your golden goose has been hurt the last 2 months. Not saying that y'all shouldn't play physical or you should give CC a pass since you want to put names out there. Not saying that y'all should give CC a pass, but y'all seem to have really want to hurt your golden goose, and you did a pretty good job in doing it.
Say if you're gonna have ether thrown at you, you got to come back with something.
Yeah. So, and so again, that's what. If I'm the commissioner, if I was the commissioner, you got to protect yourself at some point as well, right? But my question is, okay, all this has been done. Is this going to help your negotiation that you're trying to negotiate for more money, or are you now going to make the powers that be dig deeper into their stance, and are you ready to hold out and miss a year? Because I personally feel holding out for 3 or 4 games or whatever 10 games is not enough, right? Like I feel like you have to be ready to miss a whole season.
I disagree, and the reason why I say that is because it's not 82 games like the NBA.
And that's the reason why I say it, because it's not 82 games. If you wind up missing 15
4 games is significant. 4 games is significant. And I'm not saying that, it should just be 4 games. I'm just saying WNBA is like pro football. Yeah. 2 or 3 games make a difference.
Correct. And I think ownership will hold out to see y'all get the 10 games. Because then 10 games, to your point, 10 games is a fourth of the season?
That's a fourth of the season, yeah.
So are you willing to get to that point?
I will say yes. And I say that the women of the WNBA have more fortitude than the men do.
Okay.
I firmly believe that. I think that we've seen how if there is things within the WNBA, politics, whatever the case, they can get somebody out of here. We've seen that here in Atlanta.
Oh yeah,
They've got an owner removed.
Yeah.
So they seem to be more willing to stick together to make things happen. I'll say that.
After this series is over, after this championship series is over, it'll be interesting how you see some of the players start moving. If you see some of the players kind of go Instagram, social media silent, kind of not, you can kind of tell that they're reserving some money or putting some money to the side. Obviously some will go overseas and play, but it'd be interesting to see how some of the higher end, the higher up of the players kind of conduct themselves. If they conduct themselves in a way in which you kind of see them might be willing to sit out next year. Then
right. Here's the other thing too. Unrivaled started this year, right? Unrivaled started this year, the 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Right. Nafisha Collier is one of the co-owners, co-founders, if I think I'm saying that right, of it. So there is another way to still be visible, still make some money without having to go overseas. To your point, some will still go overseas, but they have found a way, and maybe this was because they knew the CBA was coming up again, a way of saying, hey, if we do have to miss a season or significant games, we can make money this way, and we still have TV viewership, ads, and everything else, right? I think that, and I think I'm right in this. Adam Silver hired Kathy, him and a group of people. So the NBA is still over the WNBA. What is that going to do for Adam Silver, who just now
Adam Silver got his own problems.
He got his own problems because he's trying to start up something in Europe.
Well, I mean that, and you got a whole franchise that might be,
the Clippers.
Yeah, the LA might be down a franchise.
Yeah.
You can get
how they do business.
You can get Seattle, obviously bring Seattle back or whatever. But he might have some other things going on that his eyes is not really going to be on the WNBA the way you would want it to be, based on what it might be developing in the NBA.
I see the women of the WNBA. They have more leverage because of, again, being in play overseas. You got Unrivaled, and they are starting to become the faces of women's basketball when it comes to Collier and Asia and CC.
I mean, yeah, it's a delicate. I mean, you got a pretty good. I mean, unfortunately, Juju's taking one more year off, but you still got a good senior class coming this year that will be coming in next year. You got another year of, your dominant, your superstars playing at a high level, your Asia Wilsons, you
got new superstars and Alicia Gray, who was in the MVP conversation here in Atlanta. We haven't had that for a long time.
Want to have another year of Paige Becker.
Yeah.
Playing and whatnot, getting noticed. Hopefully CC is healthy, or should be healthy.
And once she got hurt, oh my goodness, for Indiana, that took them all the way to the semifinals. Kelsey Mitchell, took over, and we all knew she was a star, because we watched basketball, but regular consumers of the game realize how good she can play. Now we're seeing Alyssa Thomas of Phoenix because she's on the big stage. So you're starting to know more than just the one or two household names at this point.
Yeah. So if they got a fine line, I don't think they need to. I know they may want to, but I don't think it'll be healthy for them to boycott. To not play any games going into next year. I don't. With the momentum, with the kind of momentum they got going on, I don't think it would be healthy, but we'll see.
If you don't do it now, then when, though?
That's true. I get it.
Now, you sat there and complained, since we're talking about the Clippers, how all they did was take off their T-shirts and put them on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
This is a situation where, again, players have all the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that kind of have the leverage at this point. If you're not going to use it now with the CBA coming up, when are you going to have a chance to use this kind of leverage?
I get you. I get it. We'll see.
You can't take your T-shirts off and throw them on the ground this time.
No. Or wear T-shirts. Well, hopefully this outing of the commissioner will either make someone start. I don't think they're going to replace her, but maybe she'll be more willing to come to the table and have a little bit more genuine conversation.
She's going to have to. So, I mean, seriously, she's going to have a real open, honest conversation when it comes down to it. And I think some of it will have to be, and I don't know if she's willing to do it. It just, first things first, I apologize. Just bite the bullet. I know accountability is going to be tough, but I think that the negotiations will go extremely well if she just comes and say, you know what, I apologize.
Algorithm of this show, I'm not going to say what I want to say. For the algorithm, nope, I'm not going to say it, but okay.
Two things that certain people have a problem with: accountability and appreciation, but I digress.
That wasn't one of the three. That's where you still missed the third thing I was going to say.
It's those two. It's those two.
Okay.
It's those two. It boils down to those two.
I had one more to change. I listen. You did enough.
The Dallas Wings ended up getting rid of that coach. And I don't think that they've signed a new one yet, which they probably won't because you don't know what the CBA is going to be. Which is why Atlanta, even in their exit media interviews, they don't know who they're going to re-sign, who they're going to keep, because everything is in flux into the new CBA because you don't know how much money or, what's going to take place. So everything is up in the air.
They're kind of in a good position, though. I mean, holding this roster together is not a bad thing because the roster did very well.
Yeah.
Especially down the back end of the season. So, I mean, we'd like to be able to add to the roster, as soon as possible. But being able to hold on to this roster is not a bad thing.
No, it's not. Let's start with basketball. So, the Splash Brothers are really the Splash Brothers now.
Really Splash Brothers.
Yeah, really the Splash Brothers. We had mentioned it last week. It was more than likely Seth was going to go to Golden State, and it's official now. He is headed to Golden State to play with his brother. Who else?
Al Horford is there too.
Al Horford, thank you. That's right. Al trying to catch somebody else and playing a number of games this season. So yeah, we'll see the old men
He going into what, year 23? Because or 22? Because LeBron's year 23.
23,
right? And then Horford's year 22. Or is Horford
20? Is it 20?
No, he's 21 then. 21.
21.
Yeah, he was 20 last year, so he's 21 then.
So this is 21.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I like the we'll next week. Preseason has started. Next week we'll discuss who we have seeded. We'll break down what happened last year and give our predictions for.
One of us is going to be very, very strong on the Hawks, and one of us is going to. I don't know. I don't know what the other person going to do, but one of us is going to be very high on the Hawks.
Very high on the Hawks. Speaking of, they need to stop being cheap. I'm just saying, they need to stop being cheap and go ahead and give Dyson Daniels his money. Go ahead and sign that man to an extension and be done with it. Stop being cheap. You got everything supposedly you think you need to be a playoff team. By playoff 1 through 6, you got everything you need to be a playoff team. So go ahead, let that man rest easy at night and sign him. Speaking of Kuminga for Golden State, that was the other person. He signed a 2-year, $75 million contract to continue with the Warriors. So
I'm so surprised about that. The way all that was going.
I am.
I'm like, y'all. You ever seen a cat play around with a mouse?
Yeah.
And don't really kill them, but play around. The mouse get tired and just lay down
and then just eventually get up and run away.
Yeah. I thought that's how they've been treating Kuminga the last 2 seasons. And for them to re-sign him, I was totally surprised by it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll see.
I mean, they need to stay young though, because they got outside of that, they got an old lineup.
They are old.
Run and shoot.
Old team, which will factor into what I think where they finish this season. But we'll discuss that.
And then unfortunately, before we go, I'm just gonna have to get a little messy. And then one of them, he can't even go home now without wife like Death Row. She on every podcast.
Oh, there you go.
You
There
know,
you go.
you want to make your husband work. You want to make your husband miserable. Go on every podcast. Come to Aisha Curry's podcast.
I'm not doing it. Nope. Killer Mike didn't already apologize. Nope.
I'm gonna say this right here. I'm gonna say this. Then we move on. From what I've seen, I blame the grandma, the mom-in-law. She divorced Daddy Steph.
Mama Curry. You blame Mama Curry.
Listen, man. She get to see them grandkids all the time. She over there spilling all the NBA secrets on the road. Secrets. She's spilling it all.
There you go.
Like, yeah, girl. I ain't want to have these kids either, but I had them.
I'm not touching that one. Nope. I ain't touching that
one. Steph gonna play till 25. He gonna play as long as LeBron. Nope. I can't go home.
Nope. I'm not touching that one. No, sir.
I laid it up for you, Doc.
Nope. All right. Hey, out of bounds.
You can touch the backboard
out
twice.
Of bounds. Out of bounds.
Touch the backboard twice.
Nope. Out of bounds. Turnover. That's a turnover on you. I'm not touching it. That's a turnover. That's your turnover. No.
Oh, man.
You ain't getting me on that one. No, sir. I'm like Rick Ross.
Not me.
Not me. Speaking of the Hawks, though, who's the backup point guard? That's been my thing. That has been so they're keeping Wallace. You got Vitt, who's a big 6'8". And watching the Knicks versus Sixers, and watching how Malcolm Brogdon played, man, I got the Knicks high. I'll give you this insight. I got the Knicks high.
For the season. I mean, I think
because when Brunson comes out, you got a big guard, former Rookie of the Year, who's super smart, high basketball IQ that can continue to run the team when he's out.
You don't trust Dyson Daniels to handle that?
No.
Okay.
That's just somebody to bring the ball up.
But not to run.
That's not somebody that gets
to
people in the right place to run the offense. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, anybody could bring the ball up. But as far as running the offense, running plays, no. I don't see it. And that's a precursor to why the Hawks will struggle.
I already told y'all. So one of us is going to be.
But I didn't say it. But hey, struggle is relative. It's relative. Struggle is relative.
So one of us gonna get good mail, and one of us gonna get hot mail. But not MSN, Microsoft Hotmail. They will get hot mail.
Tomorrow at noon, we got the decision 2 from your guy, LeBron James.
Man, he should be farewell tour.
He announcing his retirement. You don't think it's Taco Tuesday? You don't think it's a commercial for what is it? What does he do? T-Mobile or?
I think he came to the realization that
he's gonna drop his new shoe. You know, the LeBron's 11s, 12s, whatever.
I mean, what else can he say? I mean,
I'm going back to Cleveland.
I mean, then it would be no need for him to even have that. It would just be that would have been news a month ago.
I'm going back to Miami.
No, he ain't going back to Miami.
Godfather ain't gonna let him in.
No. You talking about me and my football ex-girlfriend. Godfather ain't taking nobody back.
He don't play like that.
He ain't taking nobody back. The only thing that would make sense for him and if he kind of wanted to maybe try to win one, and Miami's not in a position to win a ring.
Cleveland is.
The only team that's in a position to, if he wanted to maybe make a push to win one more ring, would be Cleveland, and with teaming up with him and Spider. But
I don't know if the money works though.
Correct. So I just think it is when new ownership bought the Lakers. I think the first thing I said was they're going to have a conversation with LeBron, and it's going to be, how do you want to go out? You want to go out on your own, or do you?
Hey, do you want to go out on your shield?
Yeah. Get down and lay down. How,
state property.
which one you want to do? And so, and then like we just said, it wasn't that many teams, right? Maybe he could have got to New York, but they wasn't going to kind of break up that nucleus after having this run to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. And Miami's not set to make a title run. Minnesota wasn't going to break up their nucleus to bring him along. And if I was the Lakers, I wouldn't send him to somebody in the West anyway. If I'd send him anywhere, it's back out.
That leaves Orlando and Detroit.
And Detroit made their big move. Orlando made their big move. Getting Bane. And I think Detroit, because one of them,
they're good with their young core.
And one of their players was found not guilty with the gambling, or got let off the hook, so they didn't have to make any major changes. So really, the only place he could find himself going to would be back to Cleveland. And so I think it's you retire.
You really think it's a retirement? You don't think it's
what else could it be, Don? What else could it be? Like literally, what else could it be? We don't know. They don't make trade announcements like this. When he went to Miami because he was already a free agent.
He was a free agent, correct? Yeah.
He's not a free agent in this case.
Correct.
So you don't make these kind of announcements on a trade. Like those things get
what about a contract extension?
They already said no to that. That got leaked. That already got said no to it. That was leading even more so to he's announcing his retirement.
He could be like, okay, we worked it out. I'm gonna be for 2 more years. Now we all talk about him playing with Bronny and Bryce.
That's a tweet that can go out in a tweet. That does not need to have a 30-minute commercial break-in, whatever sitcom you watching. Don't need to get a 30-minute breaking news and we sit there and watch him announce that. It can only, I would be surprised if it was anything else other than him saying this is my last year.
But that was leaked too. Remember? That was someone had recorded him and Savannah saying something. And
Savannah had already made the comment. They had leaked her comment, but okay, cool. But this is all it could be. Get ready for my last year.
Well, ticket prices to what was it? The Utah versus the Lakers was $85, and after the tweet, they went to $445.
Mm-hmm. And the other funny thing about it is, if you think about it, maybe the Lakers made money off of him breaking the record with scoring, but I don't feel like the NBA made any. I don't feel like the NBA made any significant. They made money that game, the games leading up to him breaking it,
right? In those select cities,
But I just don't feel like overall the NBA.
NBA makes money in every city now.
Yeah, correct. So,
but here's a heads up though: be careful buying your tickets because, and I'm not wishing this on him, but injuries are a part of the game, right?
Yeah.
So, does he finally try to play all 82 games?
He gonna have to. If
he announces his farewell, he needs to
have to play all road games for sure.
Yeah.
Now, granted, your season ticket holders.
Well, you got to play home games too, because who's to say that one
I get it. I'm just saying if he was to miss any games, it would be more likely at home than on the road.
No, you can't miss the home ones either. You
Your home
can't.
crowd got. I understand. I'm saying
It's not because it's not like a person has season tickets.
how many?
What about that? What about that one person that has always wanted to see him or wants to see his farewell, and they can only get one game?
And that's to me
So
that is
you
more
got to
of
play
a
that
road
home game.
I understand you're saying. I'm just saying, how many times does he come to Atlanta in the season? Once. So all your East Coast games, your Eastern Conference teams, only gonna get that one time.
The one game, right?
If I'm going to buy a ticket and I need to get another one or whatever, it would be a Lakers home game. Because if I miss one, you know what I mean? I get he needs to play all 82. I'm just saying
you got to show up for your home fans, though. You got to be there for every single game to show respect to your home fans who have been behind you.
Well, that ain't the Lakers.
Unless they still love Kobe. They love
Kobe
more.
That ain't the Lakers. As you said it, you was thinking about that. That ain't the Lakers.
Hey, it got to sound good. I had to make it sound good, though. He brought him a bubble championship.
He bought him some big ears. They got the big ears.
They got the big ears rings.
They got the big earrings. They got the. No, come on! You have not missed.
Not yet.
You have not missed your college football number 2.
He is so annoying.
Hey man, it's been since '93. You know what I mean? He was only able to watch the documentary Saints and Sinners. You know what I mean?
You can watch the documentaries. Catholics versus convicts. He get excited for the documentary.
He got a child that ain't never seen the U good. You know what
I mean? Oh man, this guy. But yeah, we'll see tomorrow.
You put in the green and orange too.
I know. We'll see tomorrow at noon Eastern time. What this?
I don't think it can't be nothing.
It can't be nothing else but
nothing about him announcing this is his 24 and thanking and all that kind of stuff, and then getting his flowers around his farewell tour around the league.
Right. Okay.
And so I just can't imagine anything else. What are you going to do? You announce you start a new league or something?
Hey. You gonna be unsuccessful, Frank? You gonna be unsuccessful?
You gonna pay for WNBA to not
for the CBA?
For the CBA, like this is this.
He gonna come in and take over negotiations and
he is going to announce.
I don't know. All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's now turn our attention to college football.
Actually, before we do that though, who you got? Monday Night Football. Who you got?
Oh,
it's Chiefs and Jaguars.
I think the Chiefs have found their mojo. Give me the Chiefs.
Back to 2-2.
Give me the Chiefs. And it's time for the Jaguars. Have been playing extremely well. Sunshine has been looking pretty good lately. I think it's time they come back to earth, so to speak. Give me the Chiefs in a close one now. Give me the Chiefs in a close one.
I'm going to go Chiefs too. And that's funny. They'll go and then they'll be tied for first. Well, they'll be a half game behind the Chargers because the Chargers lost yesterday. So there'll be a half game tied in record, but a half game because of the head-to-head. So it'll make the AFC West interesting. So I'll go with the Chiefs as well.
Okay. College football. Ohio State took care of Minnesota.
To be expected.
Texas A&M took care of Mississippi State, so they're looking like the best team in the SEC. As I mentioned, Saturday I was watching the Alabama Vanderbilt. The quarterback, you had a costly interception in the red zone. You had a fumble in the red zone, and they were not able to put the game away. 14-14 at halftime. Late touchdown.
First half.
Huh?
They played them tight the first half.
They did. But after they beat Alabama last year uh, at home, I felt it was going to be really tough to go into Tuscaloosa win the
Oh
game.
yeah,
But
yeah.
they could have won that game if it wasn't for those costly turnovers, two of them specifically. Of course, the late touchdown made it look worse than what it is, but Alabama found a way to continue to run the football. I don't know why teams find it so hard to get away from running the football when you get 6
Georgia.
yards a clip. Why? Why is that so difficult? If I take 2 times running the ball and I get a first down, why would I throw it? I digress. But yeah, Alabama came out on top, 30-14. As you mentioned, Georgia finally didn't have a slow start, jumped out on Kentucky early to win that particular game. Iowa State took their first loss in the Big 12 thanks to an upset by Cincinnati at Cincinnati. And then Illinois got back to their winning ways. They dropped 27 in the second quarter to blow out Purdue. And maybe Virginia's for real. They went to Louisville and won in overtime 30-27 to remain undefeated in the ACC. So
for the ACC or for any of these teams who, so for particularly the ACC, for the Virginias, the Georgia Tech, I'm not saying I don't take you seriously, but I won't take you seriously until you get to 7-0. 7-0 is where I'm like, okay, you deserve the utmost attention. I should say you deserve the attention from the remaining from the rest of the country. Once you get to 7-0. 5-0, okay, cool. You're gonna have a good season. You're gonna wind up probably winning 7 to 8 games and getting a decent bowl game. But to be taken seriously by the rest of the country as far as making a playoff run, I got to see you at 7-0.
Yeah. And that's why the college football playoffs rankings don't come out until week 7.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they came out early, we would have had Texas as probably a top 3 team. But after that loss to Florida in the swamp and Arch looking like he don't look like his granddaddy or his uncles at this point. It's going to be a long road for Texas. And, Napier might have saved his job for the time. For a week. Well, the same with DeBow in Alabama, right? They're ready to get rid of him until he beat Georgia. Had he lost against Vanderbilt, he would have been right back on the hot seat.
Yeah.
Now, who is on the hot seat is your boy Franklin in Penn State. You can't give UCLA their first win in the Big Ten.
In an empty stadium. Maybe that's the reason why they lost. They could hear his plays being called. I don't know. I feel for Franklin.
They were still reeling after the loss last week, but come on, it's UCLA. It wasn't like
going for, like I said, an empty stadium. Nobody was there. Like literally nobody was there.
Literally. And of course, you had the rivalry in down in Tallahassee, in which Miami
took care of Ben. Like I told you, that defense, that front four is the truth. That front four.
But you let 19 go in the fourth quarter, though.
It's college kids, man.
I was talking up to college kids, huh?
It's college kids. Yeah, that game was that. At no point in that game did you feel like Miami was going to lose it.
At no point.
At no point.
At no point. Hold on. Where our resident Miami guy at? At no point in the game, because I was talking to him during the game. He was getting nervous. That they were going to lose the game. And as he's saying right now, hey, the coach. Well, so in that game, the reason why I had Florida State, one, they had lost the week before. It was a rivalry game. But I didn't see Carson Beck playing this well. Carson Beck actually looked like a quarterback that could win the ACC championship.
Yeah, he's from week to week. He's from week to week. The first.
No, but the first 4 games, he has not looked good at all.
That's what I say. So I'm saying. So I mean, okay, he got a good game plan this week. I don't trust him. If if Miami is to lose a game this year, it will be because of Carson Beck.
He's going to have to.
So,
I don't, and that's what I asked our resident Miami Hurricane fan. Do you trust Carson Beck to win 3 important games in the playoff? Right? And do you now trust Coach Cristobal to be able to coach 3? So, will they win the ACC? Yes, they got a very favorable schedule going forward.
Oh yeah, they'll win. They'll win the ACC now. I don't see.
But who would they play? We'll have to see. Will it be Tech? Will it be Virginia? Possibly one of those 2 teams. Right now, it seems anything can happen, which they should be highly favored in that game because of the defense. But as you mentioned, these young guys are emotional, so hey, we'll see. It sounds like he trusts Carson Beck before he trusts Mario. Because Mario's the same one that lost the Tech, was it last year? Where all he had to do was kneel, and instead he ran the ball and they fumbled it. So, again, I understand.
I like them being ranked at number 2. I don't have any problem with that. I actually don't have this week. I don't have any issue with the rankings.
Really?
Nah, there's nobody in there. I'm like, oh, why are they still in there, or why are they not in there?
He want to see Miami play Georgia Tech. Yeah, I'm sure you do. You won't pay back.
So, but I don't have any issues with the rankings. I think if you want to ask me out of the top 10, who might be the weakest undefeated team, I think that answer would be Oklahoma.
Yeah, because Auburn gave that game away.
So they didn't give it away; it got taken from them. And then that carried into the following week as well. But
I mean, Texas still could beat them in the Red River rivalry, though. And that's the thing about Oklahoma.
Yeah, and then the second team that I would have a question mark about outside of Oklahoma would be more people probably would say Texas Tech, but I wouldn't. Rather, right now, that wouldn't be it. My other team that I gotta see, the way you question Miami is how I would question. That's how I would question Ole Miss.
Yeah, they beat the teams in front of them.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just
LSU doesn't have any offense, but still a win is a win. Yeah, everything is shake itself out of the SEC between Ole Miss, A&M, and Oklahoma.
And I will tell you right now, this will make you mad, but the one team you need to be worried about is ranked at number 16. And
16.
The one team I thought,
oh my God, I'm gonna mute you.
And the one team I thought was going to be able to go ahead and put them out their misery was USC, and you done seen what they done did the last couple of weeks.
Went to bed.
All I'm telling you is 9 weeks from now, when these jokers are sitting at 9-2 with a game to go, and they're gonna have them ranked at 13. Listen, they didn't drop them out of the top 25 when they were 0-2. What makes you not think they're gonna have them ranked right there at the cusp of being number 12 at 9-2 in the next 4 to 5 weeks?
No.
I know it makes you mad.
That can't happen.
That
can't happen.
And the other team that's going to go on this run too is Alabama. Georgia had a chance to put them out of their misery, and they didn't. And now they
Vanderbilt had a first half in a game they could have done it, but I mean, Alabama still has to play a ranked Missouri, an Iron Bowl, a Tennessee that's ranked. Who else? Like all of the teams that are ranked except for Auburn coming up, and then of course anything can happen in the Iron Bowl, but. Yeah, all of the teams that they're going to play the rest of the year are ranked, if I remember correctly.
And they'll probably be favored in all of them, though. Maybe the Tennessee one they may not be favored, but I think they'll be favored in every other one.
Tennessee, LSU, Missouri.
They'll be favored in the LSU game. They'll be favored in the Tennessee game. Now the margin might not be that big. I mean, they might be favored by 3.5. Depending on
and Ole Miss, right? And Ole Miss.
I don't know if they play Ole Miss. That might be the one game they may not be. If that Ole Miss game is in Oxford, then maybe they may not be favored in that game. If they play Ole Miss this year,
South Carolina. No, it's not Ole Miss. South Carolina.
They'll be favored. South Carolina's having trouble. South Carolina was my dark horse in the SEC, but that's not panning out. So
Oklahoma. That's the other ranked team. Oklahoma.
I don't trust Oklahoma. I just told you Oklahoma is the weakest 5-0 team in there.
Well, we'll see. They got Missouri this weekend.
So, like I said, the two teams who we thought was going to be out of their misery in the first 5 weeks are the two teams that are probably going to be sitting right there looking at an at-large bid, possibly. Hey, don't blame me. Blame Georgia. Blame Georgia. And blame the committee for not putting Notre Dame out of the
That's what I wanted to see. So Alabama's a 2.5-point favorite against Missouri.
Okay. Is that game in Tuscaloosa or is it Columbia?
Columbia.
Okay.
Yeah. Illinois has Ohio State coming in, but Ohio State's 14.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
This should be a good game. Indiana at Oregon. Oregon is 7.5-point favorite.
That's the game we want to see if Indiana is true or not.
And if Oregon is true or not.
Well, I think all the games that Indiana played last year, going undefeated, then getting to the playoffs, playing that big game in Notre Dame, I think that all that experience carries over into big games this year. That's the reason why they were able to rout Illinois 63-10 or whatever. Because the big games they had last year, this was a big game. Saturday, high noon, 2 ranked teams. So to go through that process and to go through, a week's worth of preparation for a big game, they had it last year, something to lean on. So
I got Oregon.
I would like to see Indiana win that game.
Oregon is going to win the game, but I want to see if Indiana can keep it close. That says more whether if Oregon blows them out, that's going to be a bad look for Indiana. Indiana needs to cover the spread, though.
Yeah, 14.5 is a big.
No, 7. 7.5.
7. Okay. Well, 7. That's still big, but not as big. I thought you said 14.
No, that was Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Ohio State.
Okay.
Who is the Red River rivalry?
Oklahoma.
They got Texas 2.5-point favorite.
Talk about coaching. If y'all don't trust Cristobal and he's 5, I definitely don't trust.
Trust Sark.
I don't know.
So he's 3-2.
Yeah,
but
I just don't.
That shows you how much you don't trust a 5-0 Oklahoma to give Texas a 2.5-point favorite.
Correct. I told you Oklahoma's the weakest 5-0 out of that top 10 bunch. But
this also, speaking of rivalries, the Auburn Georgia. Georgia's only 3.5-point favorite.
That game's in
Auburn.
In Auburn. We tailgating this week?
Yeah. Cool.
let the people know. Come find us down in the plains, baby.
Right, come find us down the plains.
Yeah, I mean
7:30 game too at night.
Georgia hasn't
Auburn is coming off a bye, so
yeah.
This is Hugh Freeze's chance to put in wrinkles, whatever he needs to do to win this game, because if
he loses,
I don't know if he survives this year.
Yeah, I'm about to say if he loses
he'll make it to the end of the year. Granted,
yeah, but
the
season can go real left real quick if he loses this one. season goes left,
How he loses it.
and
It
then
all depends on how he loses this game.
you start fighting just to get the 6 wins so you can be bowl eligible. So
Mm. And I don't know if they. I don't. I don't see 6 wins for Auburn this year. Not the way that they've played recently.
yeah. It came out strong, but after that Oklahoma, it,
Because that's 2 games, or at least one of the games they should have won. Whether it's Oklahoma or Texas A&M, you should have got one of them. You go 3-3 if you lose this one, right? Then you got Missouri, which we'll see how they play against Alabama, but Missouri has been playing well.
Yeah.
So that can go either way. I give you the Arkansas and Kentucky. What? And Mercer. That might be 6.
Because what are they now? They 2-3.
3-2.
Oh no, that's 6 then. If you give them Arkansas, Kentucky, and Mercer, that's the 3. That's 6.
That's a 3.
So can they get the 7 and 6 then?
We'll see.
I mean, but 7 and 6, you playing December 15th at the Mayonnaise Bowl.
You play? No, you're in Birmingham. You're over in Birmingham. Playing. I can't remember the name of that ball game, but yeah, I'm a NC State fan. I need them to beat Notre Dame so we can stop talking about them. So please, NC State, one time for me.
I think the last hoorahs is USC. I thought it would have been a lot a couple of weeks ago, but now,
come on, NC State. That's all I'm gonna say. Please, for me. Let's go pros before we get up out of here. If you woke up Sunday morning, you might have caught Minnesota going undefeated in London. They are 5-0. Came back to beat Cleveland, 21-17 in that game. If you're Cleveland, what do you do with Shedeur? Because it seems like the quarterback of the future behind Flacco is what's his name? I said Shadeur's name. Now I can't think of his name. Told you I'm getting old.
I see the boy face and everything.
I know, right? Oh my goodness. Gabriel. Yeah. Gabriel is the future. What do you do with Shedeur?
You think he's the future?
Yes. I do.
For what, 2 seasons?
Hi.
And then they're gonna be right back at it again trying to find somebody else.
Hey, they've drafted 11 quarterbacks in 3 years, so do you trade him to the Raiders, who clearly need somebody? I mean, they got demolished by the Colts. 40-7, 46. Yeah.
If
Geno's thrown more interceptions than completed passes so far this year.
Yeah. I mean, he's leading the he's the black Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Whatever they do with Shedeur is not going to help Shedeur. If I'm Shedeur, let me just sit this year and then let me get somewhere with a full off season somewhere else. Him going to the Raiders doesn't do him any good. Wherever he gets sent to.
He's still going to be behind Geno for right now, but he'll be playing next year. He'll be starting next year.
I still think he gets a chance to play in Cleveland.
I don't see that. Gabriel's a rookie, which means that you're willing to grow with him. And the fact that they made Flacco the backup, that just shows that no.
Yeah, I understand that, but yeah, y'all.
Shedeur was not the backup in this game. Flacco was. Right. So
yeah, they left him.
Yeah. I think
I
it's
just
time
don't.
for him.
I don't. I mean, but he doesn't have it. He doesn't have any. He doesn't have any leverage, right? He doesn't have any leverage to get out of there, and someone's gonna have to come get him. And if I'm, let's just say the Raiders this season is a wash or whatever. I'm not.
What quarterback do you see coming out that you like? Oh, I got to have that particular.
No. But I can wait. I can wait for Shador. I can wait for him until the offseason. Whenever you have these young quarterbacks, I want to hold.
Go ahead and give up. Go ahead and give up a 5th or 6th round. Let him come into the camp, get used and get acclimated to Raider Nation and everything else over there in Vegas.
I can do that in January.
No, he needs to be in there now.
I can do that. I can do
no.
And like I said, he can't force his way out. And unfortunately, you got an organization in Cleveland who's going to be spiteful and hold on to him.
New Orleans makes a trade for him next year. They don't see a quarterback in the draft. There is no quarterback in the draft. I don't think New Orleans.
I think everybody is set. Everybody is set with what they got and is set for what this year is going to be. And so, only way somebody gets them and brings them in is if you have some injuries go down. And I feel like I just don't see that happening. I just don't see. Not saying somebody can't get hurt, but I just don't see. I mean, the Giants still got 2 quarterbacks who you might could trade for this year that could play immediately. Somebody might want to go and get Russ, or somebody
no. Russ is done.
Or somebody might want to go and get Jameis. Just depending on what your record is. I just don't see anybody making a move for Shador this year.
You have to have him. You have to have him inside the camp.
Don, I've been right 3 weeks in a row on how these quarterbacks go move. It ain't go be Shador.
He needs to be within the organization with 4 games to go, so you see what you got out of him in real games, not practice.
I feel like if Cleveland is smart, which I know they're not, they might do that with him while he's there. I don't see Gabriel being that well 2 games from now.
Then they're gonna go back to Flacco.
And then you'll have your answer everybody know the answer now, but you'll definitely have your answer then. And if I'm a team, then I'll wait to get Shador in the offseason and give you a 6th round and keep it moving.
Okay, so which Cleveland would shoot themselves in the foot because you want to. If I'm a team, I want to get them while it's cheap, right?
6 rounds, as cheap as you're gonna get.
But now you're gonna have game film on him, and that changes everything. If you're Cleveland, because you're saying he's still gonna play at some point this year, right?
I think he still will. I think he will play at some point this year. I think when he gets the chance to play, he's going to perform well. He's going to perform just as good as Dylan.
I don't think he plays this year. I really don't.
I would, at this point, I would rather not.
Unless it's the very last game and they're sitting both Gabriel and Flacco out.
I mean, just by that time, they're not making the playoffs. You got them making the playoffs?
No, that's what I'm saying. He's playing the last game just because. I don't see that.
He's in a no-win situation, man. He's in a no-win, and it's when you're in a no-win, sometimes not to do nothing at all is what's best for you.
Speaking of no-win, Baltimore lost 44-10 at home. Where was this high-powered offense that all these weapons that Lamar had that was going to cause them to go to the Super Bowl, huh?
Lamar ain't playing. That's the high-powered weapon. Lamar ain't playing.
But I'm saying it was supposed to be like we brought in this person and this person, and
they had an automatic weapon. And when he went out, they got a musket.
like Lamar goes out, you're supposed to at least drop 24, maybe. I mean, you can still lose 44-24, but where's this offense? So the offense is Lamar. That is it.
Yeah,
he is the end all be all.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Carolina beat Miami 27-24. Unfortunately, last Monday while we had where we're going, Tyreek Hill.
Knee went the other way.
Leg went the other way. Oh my goodness. He's unfortunately done for the year. You talked about Dart. New Orleans beat Dart 26-14. That should have been an easy win. We had circled that one as a win for Dart.
So right now, you just named 3 coaches that ain't not going to be there at the end of the year.
Dabo
won in New York. McDaniels in Miami. And
Harbaugh. Harbaugh.
No, not yet. Not yet. I think Harbaugh will get the same treatment that the person I can't say his name is going to get.
Oh, Mike Tomlin.
But no, I think Stefanski might be on the hot, depending on how this, you know what I mean? He just because he might be on this hot, especially if
from Coach of the Year 3 years ago. Is that right?
But they've fumbled all the quarterbacks so far. Yeah. You got Baker looking like an MVP elsewhere.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You haven't handled none of your rookies right. The Deshaun Watson is not him, but Deshaun is not. That's not all on Stefanski, but it's under your watch. Deshaun looked like garbage before he got hurt.
Yeah.
So I think he's on a hot seat, especially if this Dylan Gabriel winds up, not looking as strong as I believe he won't as the year goes on. You got to do something with Stefanski. But I definitely know McDaniel is out of here and Dabo is going to be out of here in New York. You can't lose to New Orleans.
My question is on Harbaugh, though. Going back to that real quick, is because you didn't put up enough offensive points to at least be competitive in the game.
I think
when you see a team like San Francisco with all the injuries they had pull out a win against their rivals in the Rams in LA, with mayonnaise, it's like
I will say this.
I give Cal a little bit of credit.
Yeah, I will say this. The first person that gets fired in Baltimore will be the defensive coordinator.
That'll set the tone.
That just will let you know how hot Harbaugh's seat is. So I think the first person because I mean, as much as we want to talk about the high power offense, these first 5 games they've been
giving up a lot of points. True,
35 plus,
especially for a team that had one of the best defenses of all time.
Yeah. And so
in the conversation, I still would say my 85.
They consistently have a top 12 defense, and so now to have a defense that's ranking below,
almost dead last
and everything.
If it wasn't for the Cowboys,
and everything is so. The first person heads that's going to roll this year will be the defensive coordinator.
Speaking of,
because this season
Dallas pulled out a win.
Yeah, Dallas is about to do what they normally do. Get their people all hyped and
the offense is there. Dak, Dak has been playing pretty good ball though.
Yeah.
As far as yards and everything,
he's doing. He's gonna get all
the empty calories.
He's gonna be in MVP conversations, and the Micah.
And with no CeeDee Lamb, I think that's the other thing. And
Micah trade has looked good so far. Until we go against a real team.
I think for Dak, he needs to have 3 or 4 just solid wide receivers instead of having that one perennial number 1 receiver that he will try to force the ball to, because 1, you're paying that guy that much, and 2, that receiver is more than likely a diva in a good way, right? Where he's going to demand the ball be thrown in his direction, where he has to see a minimum of 9 targets a game. But to spread the ball around to whoever's open or whoever has the best matchup is the best situation for Dak.
And they got a decent run game so far this year too. So, he's always played his best ball
when Ezekiel Elliott played well.
When the offense has been balanced, right? When he's one of those guys where you literally like, if you throw the ball more than 25 times, he's going to throw a pick. He is literally that kind of quarterback. If you keep him under 25, you got a much better chance in him performing well. But I just feel like overall, the Micah trade seemed to kind of work out a little bit in their favor.
No, it hasn't.
I know it hasn't. I'm just saying it's how it seems. They got a soft schedule. They're gonna rip off 3 or 4 wins in a row. They probably should have started 0-3, and they somehow was able to start 3-1. Or they should have started 1-3, and they somehow been able to start 3-1. And you know how that fan base gets, and you know how everybody start drinking the Kool-Aid and everything. So, but we also know. You also know as the season goes on, and when you get to the playoffs, you're going to wind up playing much better competition, and they're not,
because of the defense.
They're going to. I had them finishing last, and they probably should finish last, but because the Giants are looking just as horrible. Like I said, they losing to the Saints should not have happened. Them losing that shootout to the Cowboys shouldn't have happened
because they shouldn't have gone to Dart so early.
No, Dart. The defense. You want to say that all you want? They won that Chargers game because of Dart. You lose.
No. They had they had just lost another lineman in that game. So what you expect the Chargers to do?
Dart threw a touchdown and ran for one. Get that man his due.
Russ would have won that game. And he would have won the game against New Orleans too. Leave Sierra man alone.
He about to be home for a long time after this year too. He about to be home. He
gonna find something to do. He's gonna hold all the kids.
Retirement season.
It's too many kids at the house. No, he ain't going home.
Retirement season, baby.
Put your mom on the phone. I ain't coming home.
Retirement season. You talking about me and Aisha Curry?
What? What I say?
You talking about me and Aisha Curry?
What?
You tell that man don't go home to Sierra? You see how I get treated in America? You see how I get treated?
Yeah, you wrong.
I say it is wrong. He said you can keep it. He good.
Keep going. Another one. Tennessee got their first win. Speaking of Miami, Miami number 1 pick Cam Ward finally got his win.
Arizona gave that time a give a game away.
Oh, they got the interception and then fumbled the ball in the end zone.
Had a touchdown. He stopped running and fumbled the ball before he crossed the line.
When are we gonna stop doing this? When are we gonna stop doing this? I think I don't have a problem with a coach cutting a person.
Oh yeah. This
I do not have a problem with that.
At the collegiate level, I get it. It might be a training, a teachable moment for you.
But at the professional level,
man, you do that, then your key card don't work.
Right.
Because you cost me a game.
You cost me a game.
Now, they had several other chances to win that game, but still, at that point, you go up almost three scores, 4 scores. The game is over. Yeah. So, I don't know. In the week before, you had Indianapolis give a game away because the wide receiver fumbling the ball before he get to the end zone and allow the Rams to come back. I don't know, man. I have no idea.
Start cutting players.
Yep. It's the only way.
Tampa. You mentioned Baker Mayfield. Man, they go up to Seattle and take that game. That's what 3 games now they won on the last possession. Baker's found his home. Baker has found his home in Tampa.
You know who lost on their day off? The Falcons.
Because Tampa's still winning.
Tampa won. New Orleans won.
Right.
And the
Carolina
Panthers
won. And Carolina won. Can't catch a break. Detroit. Looking like we talked about the team in green might be the best team in the NFC North, but it might still be Detroit. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, it was Cincinnati, but the way they handled Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Your ex is back to winning ways. They brought back Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, they were down 10, and came back and stormed back and win that 27-20. And he had Juju on the sideline.
Yeah.
man, having a good year. But that man have a good year.
You think Diggs going back to Buffalo was a significant factor in New England putting out a 23-20 win against Buffalo, giving them their first loss?
I think divisional games are hard, and I think also, maybe nothing that hadn't changed that much to where Diggs can give some insight to how to play them and whatnot. So he was a little bump there.
So. Yeah, I think that was a big factor in knowing Josh Allen tendencies, right?
Yeah,
and the coaching staff is tendencies. You were there for several years. You kind of know.
Yeah,
not much. Even the play calling, to your point, the play calling might have changed a little bit, but tendencies again.
Yeah.
Hey, if he does this motion, this is not. It's going to be one or two things.
Oh, you see this lineup. You see this. You see
this package.
The package come out there. So and like I said, and it being a divisional game, so
division game,
you got even less margin of error because I know you anyway. So yeah.
So we have no more undefeated teams.
Early this year.
Early. Yeah. Surprisingly, that Denver was able to beat Philly in Philly. Well, it was 17-3 early in the fourth quarter.
Talking about your own doing you wrong. I think Philadelphia would have won the game if the defender wasn't your own teammate.
Well, that was a bad call. They should have got the ball at
But I'm saying that Hail Mary looked like old boy had it.
Yeah. It did.
Looked like
I'm talking about before that, the pass interference call.
Oh yeah.
That didn't get called.
Yeah.
That would have had you wouldn't even had to go for a Hail Mary. You'd have been maybe first and goal or maybe around the 12-yard line.
I think Philly will still be all right, man. I think they get, obviously Super Bowl champ, you're getting everybody's A game.
Yeah.
And they're loading the box because everybody wants to slow down Saquon. So that's the first agenda is to slow him down. And I just don't know why the offensive coordinator just hasn't opened the playbook up
and get Brown and
and
Devontae Smith
involved. You got a decent tight end. Or, Saquon can catch the ball at the backfield too. He got decent hands. So you don't have to necessarily have him, just set up in a single back formation. You can motion him out or have him go out. So I don't understand why they seem to have cut the playbook in half. I'm not quite sure why. But, if I was still paying attention to my girlfriend, that's good. That's good for her. You know what I mean? With Jaden back and and that offense did look kind of good going into that second half. Once he was able to get back into rhythm.
Yeah. He'll need another full game, I think, before he's really back into his rhythm.
Yeah.
And being on the same page with everything. All right. NASCAR. They went Charlotte road course. It's a road course, so the number 88 in Shane, that's what he does. He wins.
They was in Charlotte. I thought
Charlotte, it was it was in Charlotte. They had the road course, and
might have been in Iowa last week. My bad.
All of the commotion was about the number 1 and number 11 car, Denny Hamlin, and Ross Chastain. He passed him, and then Ross tried to get in front of him, and he ended up racing backwards across the finish line, but 2 other cars finished ahead, which allowed Joey Logano to get in, who was the champion last year. And you could tell afterwards, it looked like, of course, Hamlin went over to talk to him, but Hamlin didn't know, and somebody should have told him, hey, don't pass Ross Chastain, because then he gets in, and now the defending champ is out. Which, yeah, Logano, once he gets in, anything can happen. Less likely, maybe, that Ross Chastain wins it, but you never know. But Hamlin was in. He could have let Ross Chastain in, but not knowing, that's on his spotter and his crew to let him know. Hometown Chase Elliott, he made it in. So you got Hamlin, Blaney, Larson, and Byron, and then the first four that are still in are Bell, Elliott, Briscoe, and of course Logano. Those are the 8 that are headed to Vegas this weekend. And after 3 more races, we'll be down to the top 4, and we'll see.
Let the best call win.
Exactly. Follow DNA Sports Talk on
Snapchat,
DNA Sports Talk on
Instagram,
DNA Sports Talk on
Twitter,
DNA Sports Talk on
Facebook.
Reach us directly.
DNA Sports Talk at Gmail.
Website
www.dnasportstalk.com. Peace.